Some things leave you guessing. Yo, what is up, everybody? It's me. Thank you to, why is that? I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, there we go. So thank you to Zeke X Person. Thank you for the games, buddy. You were awesome. And yeah, that's gonna finish off the stream. But that was fun. You're real good. You're real good. You're smashing up. So yeah, well played, well played. So that is going to wrap up this video. The season pass reset during and thank you to everyone else that played also. Thank you. Yeah, so the season pass has indeed reset, which, yeah, I considered buying it, but I'm like, nah. And then this here, it was glitchy. I only got 3 wins in about 3 hours. I got multiple more wins, but they didn't count heaps of them, which is a real shame. A real shame in that. So once I'd played an hour earlier, I'm just like, I'm so done with this game. I'm like absolutely done. Like, I'm just like, there's no way. And this has gone up as well, the ranking and that. Like, there's no way I'm getting to 300 wins or whatnot. And so I think that I am gonna indeed give up on that goal. Sadly, unfortunately, it's just so high. Like, it's just so high, and it's just so hard. Like, I'm just not great at the game. And it's sort of like in Clash Mini and that. Like, I gave it a good shot. A good shot. So with Clash Mini and that, you know, I was like going for it, and then I was like, okay, I'm not really good at this game, and I don't enjoy it heaps of Clash Mini, and then I sort of just accepted, yeah, no, we'll stop now and that. This one here, it sort of felt like I made it an official goal, but wow, 740, very nice. That's heaps. That's, if you're in New Zealand, that would make you, man, that would make you, what? Whoa, there's like a huge leap from like 400. And then it just goes like, whoa, 1,000. Whoa, that's a big gap. So 740. You would be 10th in all of New Zealand with 740 wins. You'd be 10th. So, like an hour into the game, I was about to type it. I'm like, I'm so sick of this. I'm so done with this game. Because there was the other guy who was really good. Thank you for playing as well. To that guy, I can't remember his name. Yeah, he was in a clan in that, and he was real good. Psycho, like Skidaiko or something. City or Sidar or something. He was good as well, and you are awesome as well, Zeke. So, yeah, I could have kept playing. I could, you know, but I'm like, nah, I'm not. It's just, hello, EZ. Hi, I'm mod on Stumble, guys. Enter my code. Yeah, yeah, so I could have, but I just think I'm not. I just, it's sort of like, I don't even particularly enjoy, I mean, I somewhat enjoy it, but sort of today, like, I was like, oh, well, I haven't played it for a week, and which is a long time in that, but I was like, which wasn't, I've just been busy in that, so I was like, oh, yeah, you know, it'll be a good time, but then I sort of was playing it, I'm like, oh, I just don't really even enjoy this, and I don't really want to commit to having to play for like 100 hours to try and get there, and then it's not even that high, and the thing is, this game's been out for a year. And so, it's cool they added a new map. It was cool they added a new map and promoted it lots. So, there we go. Hey, yo, D-Live team. Thank you on the D-Live team. Awesome. There we go. We are, that's crazy. I'll whip it up. D-Live. Boom. And we will go like this and like this. Display capture. There we go! There we go! This is like, they've done this, unfortunately it's wrongly categorized. I couldn't find Rumble Guys. I checked today and I checked last time and it wasn't there. But yo, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. We are live on the, boom, on this one, which is awesome. Real awesome that we got up there. So yeah, there we go. A front page of that. So do that, and then come back here. Boom. Boom. Whoa, we got 7 viewers. Yo, let's go. D-Live feature. I think this is potentially like my 4th time that I've been featured. I've been featured at least twice. I think potentially 3 times before. D-Live featured live front page. 2nd of October 2022. That's real cool. Thank you, D-Live team. Thank you for the feature. 7 viewers. That's sick. That's sick. That's and then I can even do a chat on here. That's cool. So thank you, D-Live team, for that. So yeah, that's yeah. So what was I saying? So I'd sort of like I'm not willing to put in this many hours in that to get there. Like I could, but it's like And I also don't agree with the game being sort of pay to win. It seems like with the punching emotes, I think that's really not cool. And yeah, it's like I don't really like supporting games that are like that. Second of all, well, it's not second of all. I've said a few others in that. I'm not actually very good at the game in that, so it just take me hours and hours. Also, these other top players. I mean, the game's been out for a year, so they've had ages to get up there and that. And I could do it if I really wanted to, but I'd have to spend so many hours. I'm gonna get like no growth from it on YouTube. Well, no, I'm getting a little bit, but not heaps in that for the masses of hours. And I gave up on Heyday Pop and Clash Mini much quicker than this game. Even though those ones were brand new beta games, whereas this has been out for quite a while now. There's also the possibility that Stumble Guys will do an update in the next month that then makes it that the bot lobbies don't exist anymore, so you can't get up. And then it's like, oh, well, that stuffs me over, and that I won't be able to do it then. And then there's also the thing that, like, all these, like, not all, but lots of people on the current leaderboard probably or could well have just been doing this anyway. So it's not actually that an impressive title to be 100th in New Zealand. Like, that's so basic for, like, most games in New Zealand. Like, that's so basic. Like, there's just, yeah, so basic. But in this game, it's hard because it's so popular that, yeah, and it's been out for a year. I mean, that's a big factor. And so I'm assuming that those things counted from the start, but people have been slowly moving up. So, yeah. In the first year, I'm so done with this game. Like, I'm not good at it. It's not going to grow my channel much. Doesn't even really matter as an achievement. The Stumble Guys team could just change it, and then I won't be able to do it anyway. So they were sort of my main reasons to I'm just gonna, and then I don't want to put in hours and like tens of hours, if not hundreds of hours, to get this thing, which doesn't really. It's like compared, like I might as well just be streaming a whole heap of other games that I actually enjoy or have a higher chance of growing my channel. You could think, oh, well, there's a real popular one, so a popular game. So then, but it's like, yeah, but there's like 50 other people streaming it, and also I'm not even very good at it, and that's the whole point of when I do content is, well, not the whole point, but a massive, like, my selling point is I'm actually good at it, so you can watch me to get better, but I'm not. And this was the same with Brawl Stars, and that's why I didn't really like it. It was, like, okay, but, like, it's just like, I'm not good. I just, it's so frustrating. I don't know, I don't know, I think it should be easy to sort of understand. Like, if someone's not actually really good at it, you sort of just fast get sick of it. You're like, okay, I'm just losing. I mean, and it's a big problem if you're the streamer. If you just, because if you're really good, it matters way more. Because if you're a really good streamer in that, people can then just think, wow, this guy's real good, so we'll verse him in that, knowing that we're going to lose, but it's fun because we're on stream, so our reward's still being on stream. But, if we don't want to verse him and he's real good, we'll just go somewhere else. But when it's the other way around, it's like, I'm just losing, so then there's, like, no reason for... The incentives are just then messed up, and that's why another thing I don't really like about this game, it's not like this, like, in Battlelands, you could do together, two of you in that, and I was actually good at it. Whereas in this one, there's like there's heaps of people that are good at it. There's heaps of people, so it's like it's weird because you sort of, I guess, lots of top players just accept that they've got to that super high skill level in that, and thus then it's just sort of a competition from there as to who wins. But it is only a small amount win, whereas I don't know. I guess Battlelands you win more, but then there was more bots in that. But yeah, it's sort of it's tricky. I don't know, and I don't think I'm gonna get that good. Like some people just absolutely flawlessly complete the race maps every time. So it's just like you just got like no chance basically. The only chance is if it's a challenge one. So I seriously did consider buying the Stumble Pass, and I was like, oh, I got an hour left to do it. I could do it this stream. Then I'm like, I don't think I'm actually going to go to the 200, so I like trying to get the top 100, which is a shame. I don't know, I did think last time maybe it would be good if I could find someone that wasn't really good, and then just do a voice chat with them, and not have it a viewers open one, although they could join if they're fast, but just like myself and someone else on a voice chat that wasn't very good, and we just sort of like, oh, we went, because like, with Apple's F, that was quite a good balance. It was like, I'd win a third, and then Apple's F would win a third, and then the bots would win a third, because neither of us would win. And I was like happy to win, like, if I'm winning a third or more, it's like, okay, this is doable. But when you're winning, like, 1 in an hour, it's like, okay, this is just, I mean, we ended up winning, like, 6, but it's just very slow. Do you play Minecraft? I don't currently, I don't actively, but I have played it, and I have done a couple of streams on it, a couple of videos on it a long time ago. Mainly on the Hypixel server in there. I used to play Bed Wars. That was actually pre-YouTube, well, not pre-YouTube, the Bed Wars, but there's one called Lifeboat Servers, And I actually used to be really good at that. They didn't have an official leaderboard in that, but I'm pretty sure I was one of the, I was pretty sure I'd win, like, because there's all these people that bought these, like, chainmail packs and that. This was yonks ago. This was 2014. Missed that 2014 a lot. Yeah, that's crazy. There's so much happened in 2014. I mean, there was the Crimea, Russia thing. There was a world event that I remember, but and there was an election in New Zealand, and there would have been the midterms in the US. But I don't remember the midterms in the US in 2014. It's 2 years after, and it's like, it's just in between 2012 and 2016. So yeah, yeah. Where was I going with that? So anyways, a good player at this lifeboats thing. That was really fun, and I'd win, like, I snapshotted every time I won in that on my. But then sadly those photos were lost, which was real sad, because that was in 2014, and I think I won about. And I think I met Jack Frostminer. I'm not sure if it was the real one though. But yeah, and so there was about 100 wins in that, and that was without the paid package, and I still managed to win like 50%. I'd like ultra non-confrontational. Hey, can I play? Welcome to the stream, RL. I'm currently not doing it anymore. I'm near the end of the stream, but thank you for stopping by. So yeah, and I'd be ultra defensive in that, and not fight until the really end. But even with that, I think I won about 50% of the matches, which 100 wins nowadays doesn't actually seem that much. But way back then, I was way younger in that, so it felt like a lot more time. And then B, there wasn't nearly as many. It's like now just a big thing to be like grinding and all that. Like I felt like how many people were like grinding games in 2014? I'd say significantly less, both like numerically and also percentage wise. Sort of, it was like, oh, games you just do as a bit of fun. Now it's sort of like there's just like masses of people that just absolutely boost in like every new Supercell game and on this stuff, and it's just like huge. It's just this massive market now, which is weird, which is pretty weird. But yeah, that's the situation. Anyway, why was I talking about the 2014 event? I can't remember. I don't know. I started with Minecraft. I used to, that was real fun in that. But then they had a problem with cheaters, and that was what stopped me from playing. That there's cheaters and people would fly and they just hack the match, which was a real shame that they didn't get it fixed. And now lifeboat servers are significantly less in favor compared to Hypixel. So there's that. What's another couple of things I wanted to mention? That game. Clash Quest officially died on Wednesday night. Thursday. No, Wednesday night. So Wednesday. So today we are Saturday and New Zealand time in that. So we're at, what is the time now? The time is, so on Wednesday it died. So it died on the 28th of, 28th? Yeah, 28th. So the 28th of 28th of September 2022, and that was at 12 p.m. in Finland time. And then it was in New Zealand time, it was 10 p.m. And yeah, so they officially killed the game. They killed it about 4 minutes after. So at 10:04 p.m. New Zealand daylight time, which is the current time we're under, on the 28th. And then they didn't close the Discord server for hours and hours. I was there for like 6 hours chatting in that with people. And then I finally went to bed at like 8 a.m. and then they closed at about 10 a.m. on New Zealand time on the Thursday. So that was really sad to see off. Yeah, so I streamed like about a week ago. So yeah, that was sad to see that game off. And I'd sadly think that Everdale will be next, followed by Clash Mini. But we'll see. Hey, CPL shouldn't. There we go. That's the one. You are very good at this game. You're very good at this game. I just don't like how they structure it. I don't know. I just don't like how they structure it. Because it's just like, I don't know. Like in other games, I don't know. I don't know if it's the structure or just the fact that I'm really bad at it. I think it's a bit of both. But like, because you can't have a teammate in that, which is a real shame. Because then you could just teammate that. I mean, that alone, even though it's only one person, it's still massive. Because then you can get through like tens of people, hundreds of people. I got through masses and Battlelands and that. So then you get viewers on, and it's real cool because you're on the team and you're battling and it's super exciting. Yeah, that's the difference. Because in Battlelands you could have they'd snapshot it and send them a photo and it's real cool, real cool. And that whereas in this game it's just competitive. So if you have like viewers that are really good at it, which you guys are, then I just do absolutely terrible, and then I don't think it's as enjoyable for other people to watch. Seeing me so bad. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, it's just like the incentives are broken. I am from New Zealand, yeah. So yeah, then it's just real annoying. Hey, Evac12, welcome to the stream. So yeah, that's that. And then also Mob Crush is killed. I saw a video of it just today. And they did that video as of August, and then they showed a comment showing something 13 days earlier that it wasn't that saying that it was dead. So this is Mob Crush, which is a real shame. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of me for a little bit. There we go, right here, Mob Crush. So this, because I've noticed, it's like, oh, it hasn't been streaming. I mean, I had a few issues over the years, because I started in 2019, streamed all of them, which is heaps. I should have done it earlier. But yeah, I've streamed so much, man. But then again, it's like personal streaming, whereas I've done a whole heap of just hours and hours of this streaming without me being there. I did that a couple of times in the past, but not much. Did it for Rush Wars a little bit. I was going to do it in 2018 for Battlelands, but I didn't. Although I did recorded 2-hour session of myself and B-Dragon, so it sort of encapsulates what it was like. But yeah, so that one's gone, Mob Crush and that, which is a shame. I think it was sort of like a restreamer itself, in a sense. But it's sort of a shame, because you could, and then it goes to Twitter and that, and YouTube, like, at the same time. But you could stream, there was, like, a Mob Crush thing which you could watch it on. But I had problems over the while, so I was like, oh, maybe it's just that. But I'm like, oh, I'll actually just check if it's fine. But then, yeah, it's dead, which is a real shame, because we've had a lot of them die. We've had Streamcraft die. We've had Mixer die. We've had Smashcast die. We've had Periscope die. Now we've had Mob Crush die. There's not that many. Like, it's just becoming like big techs. Like, YouTube's still there, Facebook's still there, Twitter's still there, which sort of was Periscope, and then there is and then Twitch. So Twitch is sort of not as big tech per se, because it's not like a connected Facebook or YouTube thing, but it's still, I'd consider it big tech. And so you got them, and so there's less and less and less to go by, which is not great. Not great, because I guess it's just not that profitable and really hard, because I mean, you'd have to keep paying for the masses of bandwidth and that. I was reading about net neutrality today and that, and I was reminded back, I'm not playing anymore, sorry, MVZ, but you guys are welcome to share codes below so you can play in the last like 10-15 minutes of me finishing it. Lynn, welcome to the stream. Hope you'll have a good game ahead. Thank you, Evac. No, I've been going for like 3 hours, so no, I've been going for a while. So I'm finishing up soon. So yeah, it's crazy that, because then it's less and less and less. I mean, DLive's still going strong. DLive's like a streaming focused platform that is DLive's. Wow, we still got 6 on DLive. Let's go. That's real cool, because we're on the front page of DLive. That's pretty sick. So yeah, we haven't had that in a while, but it's real nice. I mean, even if I just had like first time ever I got it, I'm like, yo, this is so sick. So it's cool that it's happened again, and we're back on DLive front page. That's awesome. That's so awesome. So yeah, but so it's DLive's still going strong as a streaming platform now. I hope it doesn't get bored, because I remember PewDiePie being on it was what I found out about it, and I'm glad DLive exists in that, but it's getting less and less options in that, and people are getting banned. The people are getting banned, and in my view, wrongly. Well, some of them, like if it's like like it's an actual scam, like if they're like abusing the system in the sense in that, it's like ban them for like. Yeah, like getting fake views and stuff on that. But if it's like a free speech issue, I do not think that they should be banned. But you're having more and more people banned. There we go, Lynn on DLive. There we go. In India, a gamer died by a bike accident 2 days ago. Like a big one, or was he playing it while he was biking? So yeah, there's less and less options for people to stream on, which is really not a good thing. And I'm streaming on like multiple, but even that has sort of just like, we've just kept losing them in that over time. I mean, we've had the odd new ones spring up, like Trovo sprang up and that, but I had big issues with Trovo. I've had issues with basically all of them, to be fair. I mean, some of them are just technical, which is it. But then it's like, for example, Facebook, it just has cut me off a few times in that. But then it's like, then it actually censors and bans people in that, although it hasn't done that to me. And then YouTube has banned me before. Nemo's banned me before. Twitch, I think, unfairly bans people. And then you got Twitter, which bans people unfairly. And then you got Trovo, which I had a whole heap of issues with in that. Over the top 500 program, well, not a whole heap, but like a specific issue in that, in which I, in my view, definitely should have been in the top 500 because I met the criteria. I like significantly met the criteria. Like the bottom tier, I didn't meet the bottom tier. I just didn't. I met not just the bottom tier, but to get in the second tier up from the bottom tier, like the second bottom tier, I didn't even get in that, even though I met the criteria to get in that. So yeah, and then it's like there's hardly any of them that's actually left. There is like a Freaker TV, but that's like not. Haven't found basically any viewers on that. It's not well properly integrated into Restream and that, so you can't see how many are viewing. But I think it's mainly a non-English speaking platform in that, which is fine. But in terms of him trying to grow a gaming audience of yeah, and I'm speaking in English, then I won't get many viewers on that, which has been the case. But yeah, it's a shame that Mob Crush is down. It's a shame that Mob Crush is down. It just like reduces options even further. I think the next one to go will be one of the non-big tech ones. So it won't be Twitch, won't be YouTube, won't be Facebook or Twitter, but it will probably be the Nemo TV or Freaka TV. Rumble, that's connected to Rumble, or Trovo or D Live, and that. I feel like Nemo TV is doing quite well. I mean, Trovo's sort of, I feel like it would just be costing them so much to, it's hard to sort of gauge how sort of popular it's getting, but I'd say the most likely one to go next would be, well, it'd be one of those four. I'd say Nemo seems to be doing pretty well, so I'd go based on the trends that I looked at a while back. I'd say either Trovo, D Live, or Freaka TV would be one of the next ones to go, which could be a year away. It could be a year away. It's not necessarily, it won't be tomorrow, but it could be a year away. But you know, it's like if ones that are really good at streaming and they've been there for years and they fail, it's very unlikely that new ones. Sure, they all promote themselves as with a new future of streaming. You know, there's the future of gaming was this thing called, I don't know, Cash Robot Cash. I saw an ad for, and that there's always just like promotion, like, you know, we're gonna be the streaming one. We're not gonna fall down those same rabbit holes in that. But it might not even be that they're bad. Like I don't think D Live's bad. Like I think it's over. Like it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Although they have banned a few people, which I don't agree with. But it's. Yeah, I don't know. So then it's like, even them. But of all of them, excluding Rumble. Well, I can't even stream to Rumble at the moment because they haven't opened up my third slot. Of all of them, I'd say D Live is my favorite. It's funny, I'm saying this while I'm on the front page of D Live and that, which I forgot I was on the front page of D Live and that. But that's why I try and be honest about things and say what I think. But there is a limit to that, and that limit is getting narrower and narrower on YouTube and big tech. So yeah, what were we saying? So yeah, it's easy to be like, well, we can be, but it's like D Live's been around for so long, they've refined what they've done, they're really good at it, and if they can't survive, then it's like you can't just start a new streaming platform and make it happen. Like it's easy to have the idea, like it's like, well, if I did a streaming platform, I wouldn't treat the viewers like this, you know, I wouldn't do this to creators, I wouldn't do that, and make this the policy on that. It's easy, it's the idea, but the reality is different. It's harder. It's like, oh, actually, you have to have, you know, probably, well, maybe millions of dollars. Well, you could do a far more simple one for less than millions of dollars, but then it's not nearly as good. And then people are like, well, we're not going to stream on that unless it's way better. It's like, oh, we'll make it way better. Oh, you have to spend millions of dollars. If you spend millions of dollars, then it's so costly. Then you have to have heaps of people in order. I mean, because Trovo pays out huge. It's not even that much potentially, because owned by Tencent, which, you know, it's massive amounts, and they could argue that it's not like they can be losing money on Trovo, just like Google, as of I think presently, is losing money on YouTube. But the benefit of having all the people there and connected in with their services and that audience not going to competitors is worth it. So even though they're losing money on YouTube potentially in that it still seems to, yeah. It might not be now, it probably still is, but if you, like, recently, they were, like, a few years ago, they were losing on that, so, money on it, so it's crazy. So, like, Trovo might be losing heaps, but Tencent figures, well, then it will get people familiar with our games. That doesn't even make sense, though, in this, I don't know, because, like, there's Supercell ones that wouldn't even show up on Trovo, even though, like, when then Trovo is owned by Tencent, so if anything, Trovo and Supercell should be solidly working in together in that. Like, for example, I saw Google promoting Fitbit the other day in that. Because you could say, oh, well, people get annoyed that they're promoting their own service. It's like, dude, every company, well, not every company, a lot of companies do that. Microsoft promotes their products in that. And I don't think that's wrong to promote your, like, you know, if you're the CEO of Tencent and you own Trovo and you own Supercell, you'd be like, hey, Supercell, why don't you promote Trovo? And Trovo, why don't you promote Supercell games? Although then you shouldn't you shouldn't impartially then promote Supercell games and pretend like you're not doing that. Like, that's wrong. I don't think it's illegal, but you think that then Supercell would promote Trovo and that, or at least, like, for example, like in the games, you know, I used to be able to put in a video once a week. I could put in a video of and Heyday in that, which was real cool in that. But then I think yeah. So, you know, they could have had, like, you know, that you could do you could do Trovo you could do Trovo in there and promote. And I was Trovo around. No, it was. It was an overlap where I was covering Trovo before I was banned. Yes. Yes, because I was doing Brawl Stars streams on there. Which, yeah, then, like, the Trovo, I could have then Trovo, yeah. But, yeah, like, as in then Supercell could then encourage creators to promote Trovo rather than YouTube and that. So then people go to Trovo. Yeah, but, anyway, it was YouTube that I was promoting. But, was it? No, maybe I did promote Trovo. I think I did actually. I can't remember. Anyway, as even like as in terms of in the Brawl Stars and that. I can't remember. I was in the Brawl Stars inbox one time. I think yeah, at least twice. Anyway, so yeah, so it's a shame that Mob Crush is gone, and it's a shame that Clash Quest is gone. I was glad I was there for the end, but there's hardly anyone there. There's hardly anyone there. I've titled this wrong. I forgot to update it. It's level 20 on that. Pardon me. So, I don't know. Yeah, there's hardly anyone there, which is a shame, because it was a good game, but it is gone now. So, yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, I don't know, I feel like this is almost the end of my... I hadn't played it in a week just because it's real busy in that, and then finally did it, and then I'm just like, oh man, I'm just so bad at this, and it's going to take so many hours to get there, and I'm not, and there's just so much else I could be doing in life. And other games I prefer to be streaming, so it's like, I don't really want to commit, 50, and even just 50 hours is so much. But let alone like 100 or more hours to this game, which I don't particularly even enjoy. I'm not very good at. I'm probably not going to get much growth, but then that's just true of any game anyway for me. But just because my channel's been stuffed. But yeah, anyway, and currently I talked to YouTube. I talked to YouTube for the first time in 2 years. I'm like, okay, I got a question. For them in that, and sure enough, they were just as useless as 2 years ago. It was just like, oh my goodness, like I was like, okay, well, I'm not like, because if you go day after day after day chatting with them, it just is awful about the same issue. And now, whereas this one, I'm like, well, I haven't talked to them in 2 years. Let's see if they're a bit different. Nope, they ain't different. So yeah, I had a chat with them after 2 years. They used to make it not as obvious where it was. But now it's very obvious, so people can easily click and access YouTube support. Well, they call it support. I wouldn't even call it support, to be fair. It's the worst company I've ever dealt with. But yeah, so I want to be streaming to Rumble right now, but then it's just so annoying. Like, they all have problems. Like, literally all of them. Literally all of them in that. So it's just hopeless. I mean, I'd say excluding technical problems or any, I'd say then maybe like a Freaker TV is like the least problematic of all of them. But that's in terms of directly affecting me. Well, Twitch, nah, because I've never actually had problems with Twitch myself. But yeah, a Freaker TV and Nemo TV, but that's small audiences for me. Anyway, so I chatted to them in that, and it's like, oh my goodness, like, it's just absolutely just useless. It's like, mate, and we just, on just like a single question, like, can I have the chat logs of the 2019 and 2020 the transcript chat logs of what we talked about in 2020 and that, like, with them on different issues and that I asked them about, and just that one question to like answer it was an hour. It was, and not like well, we'll get back to you in an hour. It was like they'd say this, and then I'd ask them, and then they'd say, oh well, actually, we can't, like, or what was it? It was like, let me have a look, and then you have to wait like 5 minutes, and then it's like, okay, well, I can see the chat interactions you've had in the past, and then I'm like, can I please have them? They're like, no. I'm like, why not? They're like, we don't give that, we haven't got the option to share them in that. I'm like, well, can't you just copy them and then just send them to me as an email, like Control A copy, and then just send them? And then they're just like, no, we can't do that. I'm like, why not? They're like, oh, well, that's not our policy in that. I'm like, well, why can't I get my own data about me sent to me and that? And then they're just like, it's just our policy to protect creators. And then they said, and it gets deleted in real time anyway. I'm like, but didn't you just say that you have them stored and can't send them as an option? And then they're just like, oh, well, actually, no, I was confused. I'm like, but you didn't you just literally say that you could see them? You could see the transcripts and that, and now you're telling me that they're deleted? They're like, yeah, now that I've talked to the team, yeah, I've confirmed I was confused and they are deleted. I'm like, really? And I'm like, so you've just deleted all of them? And they're like, I was like, yeah, they're like, we don't store them. I'm like, where do you store them? They're like, we can't share specific details about where we store them. I'm like, so, but Google has deleted them. Like, yes. I'm like, so Google has no way of retrieving them, and this has deleted all of them. And they're like, yes. And then I'm like, and then I was like, okay, so is this an internal policy in that? And then they're like, and then they give you the stupid link to just this YouTube facts stuff, F and Q, and it's like, no, that's just. And so I was like, okay, so the deleted, and I'm like, is this and the policy? And they're like, yes. I'm like, and so so everyone, everyone's, as soon as the transcript chat finishes, then it's deleted. And they're like, yes. I'm like, so, and this is the case for all channels? They're like, oh, we can't comment on the specifics of other channels. I'm like, you literally just said that's the policy. The policy is that the chats are deleted in that. They're like, oh, well, we can't comment on other channels unless you're asking from an authorized email. I'm like, but you said that all the ones that all the chats get deleted in real time, and yeah, it's just, and then they're like, oh, well, and I can see where you're coming from. I'm like, well, if this policy is the policy the same for everyone? They said yes. I'm like, okay, if the policy is the same for everyone and you delete all the chat logs immediately, then doesn't that mean that everyone's chat is deleted? And they're like, yes. And it's like, okay. It's like, what are they doing? Like, it's just like, and so they said, oh no, actually, all of them have been deleted in that. And then I said, okay, so. And so I was like, so when did you delete all the chat logs? When did you delete my data? Because I thought maybe they're unhappy and just deleted them then. They're like, oh, no, they've always deleted in real time. And I'm like, no, that is not true. That's not true. I was like, because in the past, I'd be talking about an issue and then they'd want your reference number. Or you'd say, oh, can you please check the transcript as to what I talked about yesterday? And so then we can see. And they'd say yes. And so, like, this person, there's twice that they were confused or lying. And so, yeah, because, like, like, oh, yeah, no, I can, they say, like, oh, yeah, I can see your previous chat interactions. Then a few minutes later, oh, no, actually, no, we've deleted them all. We don't store them anymore. I'm like, where do you store them? Oh, well, we can't give you specifics. And then I'm like, well, has Google, like, deleted all that data? And they're like, yes. It's like, then why are you telling me you can't give me specifics on where they're stored, but then they're deleted? And why are you saying that you could see my chat interactions, and then also, oh no, actually, they don't exist? It's like, this is just, it seems incredibly suspicious. That, oh no, it's just all complete accident. Oh, just mistakes. Oh, I had, it's like, it's very hard to believe. Like, I genuinely believe that they are lying. Like, I don't see how they could not be lying. And then they say, like, oh, well, we don't know where we store them specifically. It's like, and then it's like, but the deleted, right? They're like, yeah. It's like, well, then why are you saying you can't give me specifics on where they're stored? Like, that is just nonsense in that. And so there's that, and then there was the thing about the saying, like, they delete in real time. That is not true. Well, it certainly wasn't. Well, it wasn't true in 2020, but they said it's always been like that. It's always been like that. They said that now it's changed, and so then you can get the transcript straight afterwards, but the old ones and that, like from 2020, had deleted in real time. And it's like, that's literally not true, because I talked to them about the same issue day after day, and they'd keep checking, the new person would check back on what I talked to the old person about. And then also, they asked me, oh, well, what about which old transcript or something, like, what did you want to find out about? Like, which thing did you want to look at? Or something like that. It's like, well, if they're deleted, it doesn't matter, does it? Because it's gone. So that was earlier, before they said that they were confused about the issue and that. So then it's just like, it's unbelievable how they just do, and it's like an entire hour of my day just for them to just say contradiction after contradiction and that, which was unbelievable. And then, and then they're saying, like, oh, well, it's deleted in real time. It's like, that's literally not true. Like, that is not true. I just, like, this is your job. Like, your job is, how do you not know that? Like, you're either lying or insanely incompetent. Like, you can't just say, oh, no, they're deleted in real time. It's like, that's not true. That's literally, like, I would talk to the person the next day, and they'd want my reference number for which issue it was or whatnot, so they could check the transcripts and that. And so they say, they say that Google's deleted them all. And so it's just, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's just absolute nonsense what they're saying. Like, it's absolute nonsense. And that's just, like, an entire hour of my day just to get them to sort of not really answer, well, start by saying that they can see them in that, and sort of, or which bit do I want to know, to, oh, I actually know that they're not stored by Google, to, oh, no, actually, no, Google just deletes them all, and it's a policy, and it's always been the policy, and they always instantly delete. That's not even true. And then, oh, yeah, it's the same for all channels and that. So I'm like, oh, so all channels, all the chat logs deleted, oh, we can't comment on other channels. It's like, but, and this is what they just keep doing, and it's so annoying. And it was like, this was like what it was like over 2 years ago, and they'll, like, do it, and I'm just like, I'm just done, man. Like, this is just, I could do a live stream chatting for hours titled, like, asking YouTube the most basic questions. And, like, just literally, can I please have the chat logs, the transcript logs? That's an hour. And it didn't even get an answer. It was sort of just like, well, the deleted, but then also, and then they ended it saying like, well, can I email you about this? Let me think and see if everything I've said here is correct or something. Or, it's like, it's just dodgy ads. Like, well, if they're deleted, that's it. There's no thinking about or whatever. I don't know if they use thinking about or let me recheck if what I've told you here is accurate or whatnot. It's like, and they told me that they'd spoken to the team member. They always say that though. They was like, oh, let me go consult with my team and that. It's so suspicious. But this is what they do, and it's just absolutely just. You're just like, okay, so we spent an hour of our day to get like no, and this was what was happening in late 2020, just before I got banned. I don't think that they then banned me. No, because also I told them that someone had sent me. I told them about the death threat. They didn't really care. They didn't remove the video. They knew about the death threat. I told them about the death threat video. Did they remove it? No. And two of them, I think it semi-confirmed or confirmed that they watched it. And they didn't remove it. And they told me, they're like, oh no, because they said, oh no, because I sent them the link, and then they said, oh, well, no, we can't report it or whatnot. Like, you need to report it. And it's like, dude, it's a flippin' death threat. Who cares if I'm reporting it or you're reporting it? It doesn't matter. Like, it's a death threat. It's like, dude, you're, like, banning all sorts of people for, like, just, like, completely wrong reasons and that. Like, some of them by mistake and some of them by, oh, well, we disagree with his opinion, so he's banned. And there's flippin' death threats. And you're just like, well, we're not going to remove that. It's like, dude, like, what the heck? So they knew about the death threat. They knew about the fact that someone had threatened to ban, because I was doing these videos like exposing, not really exposing, just covering all the different bots that comment spam things that were like, they would comment under every channel and that. And I was sort of neutral on the issue. I'm not like, these guys report them, getting them banned. I thought it was kind of funny and I was just covering them that. But then I start getting threats like, and I'm pretty sure by them, like, you need to stop covering this. You need to stop showcasing this and that. And then okay, I'm gonna ban your channel and a death threat. And I went to the police about it as well. But I told YouTube about it. I went to the police after I told YouTube about it and that, and they just like absolutely didn't care. And then I told them, and the Twitter thing is absolutely nonsense as well, the at Team YouTube. So I told them about death threat. I told them about the fact that someone was going to ban my channel, and they told me that they kept it in the notes of the transcript. That I was like, dude, someone's threatened to ban me. Please keep this on record and that. And anyway, then sure enough, I was banned. And then I told them, and then they didn't unban me. That was just it. I was just gone. And then my entire, this channel that I'd spent thousands and thousands of dollars on, just gone, obliterated. And then when I've returned, it's never recovered since. But it's like, these people are just, like, because I was talking to them so much in that, and they know this, that they're just so awful to deal with in that. And I wanted the chat logs, but yeah, nah. Where we spent an hour and they're just telling me contradictory information, saying one thing and then, oh, no, actually, no, that's not true, this is true, and then telling me something else. I'm like, well, but you just said this, and oh, actually, no, that's not true. It's like, this is so awful. This is what they do, though. This is how they treat you, and it's like, it just gets you. Like, and even more so when my streams were getting flippin' knocked offline, and well, not knocked offline, like, as in YouTube was just taking them down because they were getting reported or something. One of them, like, it went off and I wasn't sure if it was because my computer had stopped because it was a remote computer or if YouTube did it, and they wouldn't confirm whether it was them or whether it was me. And so I'm like, well, if you banned me, I want to know, because I don't want to get banned again for doing something not supposed to. They're like, we can't tell you if it was us. It's like, no! It's like, it just gets you, man. It just day after day of this is just so demoralizing, like, so bad for you mentally to keep dealing with people like that. It's just not healthy. So, yeah, but that's them. That was them, and that is them still now. Like, after today's chat, I'm like, flippin' heck. Like, 1 hour, and we didn't even get an answer, and they were giving me contradictory information. They were telling me one thing. I reckon it was lying. I can't prove that they weren't confused, but it was on two, like, what? It's not true that, oh, yeah, no, we delete the chat, we delete the transcripts in real time. It's like, that's not true. That was never true. Why would you even make up that lie or defend that lie? There's, like, literally That's just totally not true. But that's what they said. And then, oh no, where I can see your chat logs, sort of what one do you want me to look at and whatnot, and then turn around and, oh, actually no, Google doesn't store any of that, it's all deleted and we have no way of retrieving it. It's like, what? Like, oh, this is just all confusion and mistakes? Like, doesn't seem like it to me. But yeah. This is the state of YouTube, and it's just infuriating, and it was like that, and it still is like that, not to mention the flipping copyright, the false copyright claims that I keep getting, and the demonetization, which I keep getting, which, well, that's mainly because you get your money taken, not prior money, but any money, like, when it's demonetized and that. I don't know what happens if if it's, like, falsely claimed for, like, a week, if they get the money for that week, or how it works in that. I'm not sure, but if you don't get it repealed, or they don't redact the claim, then yeah, you would then start losing money. They would just start claiming that money. But yeah, it's like, this is the state of, so there's the copyright thing, there's the demonetization thing, and then the YouTube censoring, and that hasn't stopped, and yeah, and then yeah, it's just, and then my channel's just been just died, down 90% from pre-ban, never recovered, which is a real shame. But it's like, all these issues still persist, and YouTube said, oh, in 2017, oh, we're gonna fix it, it's like, well, you haven't. You kept saying update after update, oh, we'll fix the demonetization, oh, we'll fix the copyright. It's like, no, you haven't. It's still here 5 years later. Not to mention your help is utterly useless and incompetent. And then you have, YouTubers, they have, the connections, they have the lawyers, they have other people to deal with that absolute nonsense. Not to mention that they know the people they can ask, so they never have to actually ask for that information anyway. Whereas, the rest of us have to go through this awful, awful system and that, and it just is just so awful. It's just so awful. It's the worst company I've ever dealt with, and I genuinely mean that. It's so awful. Even just asking, is it against YouTube's terms of service to have 2 concurrent streams going? They refuse to tell me, and that. It's like, and that, well, they sort of say, oh, well, if you want more than, 1 camera, that's okay. It's like, I'm not talking about the cameras, I'm talking about live streams, and they'll be like, well, they'll sort of say yes and that, but not like a definitive yes. It is completely fine to, okay. It's like, okay, well, am I allowed 6 streams concurrent? Oh, well, we can't answer. And it just goes, and it takes ages for them to respond if you don't buy email and that. And then it's like, well, okay, so am I limited to how many live streams I can have? Well, we can't answer that. It's like, why can't you answer that? That's your job to answer that. You're YouTube support. Go find the person that can answer that. But they don't, and I still got a video that's demonetized from 3 years ago, from 2019, over 1,000 days of demonetization and that. I mean, it won't get monetized even when it's undemonetized, because it's over 12 hours and then YouTube doesn't, render it. They don't allow it to be played back. But it's still under review. And as in 2020, I asked, are you sure you haven't lost it in that? And, oh, no, it's still in the system. Okay, well, it's been 1,000 days. You haven't had time to review that video in 1,000 days? But, yeah, it's like, this is YouTube. It's like, and it's like, oh, yeah, no, go be a YouTuber. No, go be a YouTuber in that. I mean, it's free, your choice in that. But I highly recommend against doing it on YouTube, unless YouTube radically changes, which they have not shown since 2017. They've got worse since 2017. It's like, there's just no future. And well, there is, if you're willing to say the right, if you get into the right, if you do real good content and you have the good connections. See you later, Zicky Gaming. Thank you for being part of the stream. It was good to have you. You're an awesome player. And if I stream it again, it will be nice to see you again. But thank you for being part of the stream, buddy. You're awesome. Thank you. And welcome, Anton. So, yeah, it's like, you just, oh, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, it's like, there's just, sure, if you can get the connections, if you get the lawyers and that, or if you just do only, certain types of content and that, and are just lucky that you don't get hit with demonetization or false copy. But even then, you're not free from that. But it's like, yeah, if you're up there, if you got the connections, if you got the wealth to then hire people to then deal with all this nonsense, to deal with YouTube, to deal with the false copyright claims, to deal with the demonetization, sweet. But if you haven't, it's a flippin' headache, and it just goes on and on and on. I thought, oh, well, hopefully it stops in 2017. Nope. Hopefully it stops in 2018. Nope. Hopefully it stops in 2019. Nope. Hopefully it stops in 2020. Nope. Hopefully it stops in 2021. Nope. Hopefully it stops in 2022. Nope. So it's like, it's just not happening. It's just not happening. YouTube, I don't think is going to get a radical change. If they're getting worse. They removed the dislike counter, and most people oppose that, but oh well, who cares? We're doing it anyway. they removed they abbreviated the sub things, which another awful move in that. The only one thing, it was something awful they were going to do, but they didn't, was remove that you got the play button at 100k. But I think so many people opposed that, even people like H3. For some reason, they backed down on that one. But on many of the other things, they've just pressed through, and it's just been awful, and it's still awful. And it's like, it's so frustrating, because it's like, I just want to just forget it. Forget YouTube. I'm moving on. The problem is, it's like, there's so few alternatives. Like, YouTube is a big monopoly. There is Rumble, there is Odyssey, there are other ones, a BitChute, but that's not meant, like, they're just not, like, they're only very niche for certain types of content. Like, yeah, you can upload anything, but you're not going to get an audience for all the different games I cover. There'll be hardly anyone that watches. So it's real strange, because it's like, I would just leave it. It's like, this is just such an abusive connection. I just want nothing to do with YouTube and that, if they're going to keep being like this, which they have been for 5 years. But I've got, like, it's like, there's nowhere to go. And it's like, hence I'm like, please, like, I just want YouTube to change. But they're not. And I just can't accept that YouTube won't change, because then it's like, well, that's me done. Like, I can't do gaming. Like, it's just, there's just no real future in it if I can't do it on YouTube. You know, then you can stream it on Twitch, but even Twitch people getting banned and that. So of the video platforms, there's hardly anything. There's Rumble and Odyssey, neither of which, to the best of my knowledge, have a big gaming audience. Like, I don't think either of them even have gaming as categories. Maybe they do, but it doesn't seem like a very big gaming audience at all. So it's sort of sad, because, like, well, what do you do? What do you do? But yeah, it's like, YouTube's awful, but those two aren't viable alternatives. So you sort of just have to accept, well, I'm done then. But it's not just me; it's heaps of people. It's all gamers. I mean, if you PewDiePie could make it happen, and other people that are huge could do it. But the vast majority, any people that are currently not YouTubers that want to become, that's all gone. And even people with 30,000 subscribers like myself, still not viable. Like, you need so many to make it viable. I never even made it financially viable on YouTube, let alone other ones in that. Although Rumble does kind of pay more, but that's debatable. I haven't got really enough data on that. My stream, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's not enough data, but it seems somewhat decent. But I haven't actually got the payment through yet. I haven't requested it yet, but we'll see how that all works out. But yeah, it's a real shame. This is what YouTube's like. And it's a real shame. It's a real shame. But yeah, it's like, oh, maybe they've changed in 2 years. Nope, they haven't changed in 2 years. So yeah, they've got worse as a company, and the support is just as useless as it was. Okay, reading through the chat. Yeah, sorry, it ended up being a lot longer than I thought. And yeah, so Mob Crush's gone. And Clash Quest is gone. By the way, I want to ask your permission. Maybe you're interested in branding graphics. I can show you my past work on Discord, like custom emotes, logo, animations, and panels and more. Well, welcome to the stream, Ev12, who I talked to earlier. You're welcome to send me them and show me them on Discord. I'm not particularly looking for brand stuff at the moment in that, but thank you for your offer. Connection, would you be interested in checking it out? I'm happy to if you send them through on that. And Cool Geek, is New Zealand still part of the British monarchy? Yes, it currently is, but there is some talk, not major talk, but some talk about moving away. Bro, I'm using Translator, but that won't stop me from following you. Shall we play? I've finished, but yeah, thank you for the offer. Okay, so yeah, that is basically it for this stream and that. Yeah, I was... Yeah, alright playing today, and that I didn't do very well, but we got a few wins in. So did Apple's S, and so did you, Zeke Gaming, and CPL earlier, and a few people here. I missed that, but yeah, I think that will wrap it up. Oh yeah, we can show you the. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so. This is the video in which they talked about it, and then I did that comment there, and then this is what it's come to. Super League. Oh, that's the Wayback Machine. But if we go here, it's just like this now instead. And then if we come here, then this is the stream here. We can look at the analytics. Current viewers. Didn't have heaps. We had some. And then, whoa. Yeah, we just talked for like ages. That's me, everybody. Batman. Okay, we will We'll snapshot that. And we will look up. We'll look up Stumble Guys. And yeah, Baby Yoda is getting so much content on it, but yeah, we can do a trends. And yeah, we'll get the snapshot of it. Oh no, I'll just do this. Cat. So trends of web search. Whoa, it had like a super peak. Oh no, that's past day. Was that the update maybe? Not sure, could have been. I should have titled it update. I just titled wrong. Past 5 years. Oh, it's already, man, it's already gone down quite a bit from like when I was playing it then. Well, yeah, but it's still got a lot of traction in it. So there's that. And YouTube search. Chuck and Heyday. That's always good standard comparison. Whoa, that's interesting. And then at long term, it said Heyday said a lot more. Okay, so there's that. Then there's Stumble Guys. So Baby Yoda really getting it in with the content. Not insane views though, to be fair. Like that's still lower than the Clash of Clans YouTube was getting on. Clash of Clans was on its prime. Nintendo will take this video down because they became sort of infamous for being quite harsh-hearted on the copyright front. Live. Yeah, hey, there we go. I don't think we'll actually be that high. Man, that's quite a few. There's heaps in there just stream like Block Dash Unlimited. I don't know why it's such a big thing, but it is. Yeah, you can see lots of different streams. Okay, is that all I wanted to show you? I think so. Yeah, I think so. We'll just check the D-Live one again. Yo! I don't know if I'm still first. We'll refresh. That's cool. Oh, we are! Seems a shame with 7 viewers to... That's so many for this game. 69 followers, and it shows a wee bit way back. Hey, it's great. There we go. D-Live as well, and then you got like the board. Although I don't even play those songs anymore. Hey, there's the Fat Rat Close to the Sun. It's funny because it's from the beautiful Rush Wars days. Man, it's weird. Like the periods in my life, like 2014, 2017, 2019. It's crazy. This guy, but yeah. Yeah, there's a lemon balance, lemon balm. So yeah, that will wrap it up. I'll get the snapshot of the statistic, and I'll D-Live. I'll just archive the homepage so I'm saved there. Sorry, this ending was way longer than I thought. That is okay. That is okay. There we go. Boom. Boom. Clap. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba. I heard what's the guy? Not Leafy. Lofi. Hadn't heard of him before. I saw him today. He was on my front page on Google. A little bit like Leafy. But Stumble Guys. Yeah, it's sort of I feel like sort of sadly I won't be doing heaps more of this content and that because I'm just so not good at it and I don't think it's going to grow my channel much. And the goal of being top 100. I could do it, but it's like I don't think it's worth. And it's sort of so hard to move up much at all. But yeah, I don't think it's really worth it to me. But yeah, anyway, there's that one. And there is that one and there's that one. Anyway, that will wrap it up. Thank you to everyone who was part of the stream. Thank you to the Rumble Guys creators for the game, and to Fall Guys creators for the original game, and to Supercell for the Brawl Stars layout for it. Thank you to Restream.io for allowing me to stream to all the different platforms. Thank you to Supercell for the headset, for the camera, and thank you to 360 Marion for the reflection of the screen, and to Trovo D-Live YouTube Twitter, Rumble, Mob Crush, Facebook, Twitter, DLive, Facebook. Oh, I'm off track. YouTube, DLive. Oh, flip. Twitch. Not DLive. No, think hard. Freaker TV. Nemo TV. There we go. We got it. And OBS for the free streaming software. So we got 3 on YouTube. We got 7 on DLive. That's cool. I hate to cut off the DLive. That's real cool. So Sammy, yo, you sent those eggs close to the sun. You first played it. Wow, man, that's crazy. And I know I watched it last night. That's a long time ago. But then also not that long. It's crazy to think Rushles was in 3 years. Such a shame that's gone. And sadly, I do think that Everdale will be next. It's such a great game, but I sadly do think it will be next. Oh, we can do some more of them while we exit. Suba, give me notification when you do risk stream. I want to watch you from the start. Ah, yes, watch me from the start. Stumble Joe, Mama, welcome to the stream. We got 11 viewers right now. This ad is flipping long. It's like 45 seconds. Like 30 was like, 30 unskippables like, let alone 45 seconds. I'm pretty sure it's 45 because I think it's 30 initial and then you have to wait like another 15 before you can exit it. It's like, man. And I get this ad quite a lot, so it's like, Anyway, I got some frozen mango arrived the other day, so I was eating it as I played, which was nice. Be risky. Risk is a good one. There's a lot that I want to cover. I want to do another Stick War 3 video. Stick War 3, and I want to do a Hexonia one, a Color Defense one, Clash Mini one. No more Clash Quest ones to do. And then another Everdale one. Hopefully on Monday there's an update. I mean, Everdale, it's almost like there's no way it's going global. As much as it's good, I just don't. And also, yeah, since I was like, I'm probably not going to get on this, I won't even bother buying the Battle Pass and supporting the company financially. It's weird because it's, because it's weird how, like, all these masses of people that play the game don't actually really help them because, like, most people, like, 50% plus of them don't spend any money. So it's like, that's not actually really helpful. Like, all they need is a few of the whales to, that then make up, like, most of their income. But then having a heap of free players then allows the whales to be good, which then it makes them want to play it more. And free players keep the game popular. I'd love any risk streams, actually. I like all streams pretty much. And chess is another thing. That Magnus Carlsen versus Hans Niemann, something like that. That's, there keeps being new chapters in that. Of, like, now there's been a graph released. And, yeah, that's a whole big thing. Yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting one. Boom. Which Moist Critical covers. I don't. He does like a 30-minute. Like, it's other people that upload it. It's like a 30-minute video every time there's like a new thing in the chess thing, which I'm not sure. I'm sure isn't all about the chess, but it's like flip. I'm not spending 30 minutes just to watch like a little update on what's happening in the chess situation. Which, I mean, that said, my heyday videos were like massive updates of tiny things that happened. So is this guy a YouTuber, the top guy? I mean, the thing is, you might as well become a YouTuber if you're that good at a game. Oh. This sums it up. Ah, yes. It's a video of Izzy Cook and Heather Duplessis Allen. Cool. Boom. Okay. I think that will do it. So, send me something else. Seeds books. Joro. Got Joro Sachs. Goldman Sachs. So, yeah, thank you, Lynn, for being here, and Sammy, Stumble Joe Mama, Zeke Gaming, and for playing. Cool Geek, Evac 12, Lynn on Trovo on DLive, Lewis Fan on Trovo, CPL on YouTube, RL on Twitch, Zeke on Trovo, EZ on Twitch, Zeke on YouTube, Snar on Twitch. Wait, we did a few on Rumble on Trovo. Matey and Volume on Trovo. Man, I'm just slow today. Alexa on Alexandria on Facebook. Phil on Facebook. Dorm on Trovo. Okay, yeah, it's cool that we're actually getting someone Trovo in that. Okay, I think that's a good place to finish up. And yeah, Trovo. We sort of, our growth on Trovo just absolutely died. Like, we were doing so well, but then it just completely died. We were one of the first 100 people to reach 100 on that. That's just absolutely mad. But yeah, there's like not huge amount of big creators on there anymore. That's absolutely mad though that we're like, yeah, like this is Trovo. This is Stumble, guys. Is there many people? Oh, there's this many people just on Trovo. Wow, that's a lot of people. Wow. A World of Tanks. Man, that's actually quite a few people on Trovo. That's crazy. Anyway. Thank you to being part of the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Had a varied audience today. See you later, Sammy and Lynn. Chess, huge conspiracy going on. Pretty sure Magnus was a sore loser and Hans didn't cheat. Potentially. Maybe. Anyway, that will wrap it up. Have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you all next time. See you all later. Good night, and God bless.